Oops. Hello everyone. Today we're assigned the Building Harmony worksheet. It says a chord is a combination of 3 or more notes played or sung at the same time. A triad is a chord built in thirds over a root or tone or note. So let's go over kind of what this is. So I'm going to bring you guys up to my piano. So if you notice, I'm going to take my first finger, my middle finger, and then my 5th finger. And that's going to be called a triad. I can move my triad around. I can move it down to here. I can move it up. I can move it down low. So triads are kind of found everywhere, and you can build them off of any kind of root note. You just have to start at the bottom. If you look right over here, it kind of looks like a snowman. This is a snowman built on the lines. You can see that the line's going through the lower note. I'll bring this in a little closer. Middle note, and then the top note. And then this one's a snowman built on the spaces. Space, 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 so there are no lines going through him. So my worksheet's asking me to analyze the following examples of scales and triads, identify the name of each pitch in each example. So I wrote mine down. We've gone over this before. I don't have a printer, so I just drew mine on a notebook paper. And you guys can do the same at home if that's easiest for you. So it's asking me to name each note. Since I'm in C major and I'm going to begin my scale on the letter that my scale is called, so that's going to be called C. Right after C in my alphabet, I have D, E, F, G. After G, we go back to the beginning of the alphabet. A, B, C. So this is going to sound, if I look down, again, I use my ears. And here's with the letters. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So notice that this right over here, this part that we just labeled, isn't triads because all these notes are played individually. Over here we have some triads, and it's asking me to give you each note letter name. So I'm going to go at the bottom. I'm going to go C, middle note. I can check right over here on the bottom line. E, same idea. G, and that one's going to sound like right here. I put my thumb on C, middle on E, pinky on G. And then we have our chord right over here, F. Go over here, A. Oh, wow, I'm not even like showing you. A, okay. Then, doop, C. And just to label this guy down here, I have G, I have B, and above it, I have D. That one's not listed on the side, so I'll just give it to you. G, B, D. Now, underneath these chords, they have different Roman numerals listed. This is the Roman numeral for 1, this is the Roman numeral for 4, and this is the Roman numeral for 5. So if I come over here and I take a look at this, I'm going to write this out in normal numbers so we can all understand it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm not going to list this one again just because this one's kind of a repeat of that one. But if we notice that the first chord, number 1, here, 1, 4, 5. Number 1 starts on C and it's the first in our scale. Number 4, it starts on F and it's the 4th of our scale. And number 5 starts on G. It's the 5th of our scale. So if I was in a band and I was playing music live with friends and maybe our instruments aren't the same, I would call out what chord I'm playing based on this. So like I'd say I'm playing a 4th right now, 4 chord. And then everyone will be able to transpose it so we're all playing the same thing. It's really helpful in group setting, and it's also helpful in analysis too, because we can kind of see where we're coming from when we look over here. So now let's just hear the end. 1, here, so you can see, 4, and 5. So that is how we do our analysis for the top part. Now the bottom section of your worksheet says build triads in each of the following examples. Make sure to include the 3 pitches, line, 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 or space, space, space. So kind of, I'll draw it over here so we can see. Since this is your scale, you're going to label this over here, and then you're going to draw your chords over here. So we'll do that. Just hold on. So here is what you guys can see under practice. And I'm going to go through and label everything. Remember in the key of D, whoa, that is really close. In the key of D, we have C sharp and F sharp. So anytime I get to my letters for C and F, I'm going to call them C sharp and F sharp because that kind of makes a difference in our sound. Okay, let's do that. So D major, we start on D. Let me do that. D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, and D. Now over here, whoa, again, that feels really close. We have our triads it's asking for us. It's asking us for a 1, a 4, and a 5. So I can write this down here. I'm going to go 1. This is a space, so I'm going to go next to my space, space, space. Line, 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 space, space, space. And now to analyze this, it didn't ask us to, but it still kind of helps. I'm going to show you guys a different way. So last time we just went through and we matched these all up so we could figure that out. But here's another way that we can do it too. So I have my 1 chord, so I'm going to come over here. I'm going to find my 1, and now I'm going to go every other one. So I have, for my 1 chord is a D, skip, F sharp, and an A. So then when I look over here, I just go D, F sharp, A. Now for my 4 chord, 1, 2, 3, 4, get to my 4th, I'll have a G, skip, B, and D. So I'd go over here and then I could write G, B, D. Now right over here is my last one, my 5 chord, 5, A, skip over B, so I'll have C sharp, and then I'll skip over D, so look, my D's over here, so I'm going to skip over that and then get to E. So I'm going to have an ace chord, A, C sharp, and E. So it's just another way that we can figure that out if we didn't feel comfortable labeling by going back over this way. And just the last thing with our exercise, just so we are all making sure that we're all on the same page. I know some grades haven't covered key signatures yet. So for C minor, you have a B flat, E flat, and A flat. So when I read this through, I have C, D, E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C. Now for F, I have 1 flat over here, B. I'll go F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, F. We'll come down here and I will do this one as well, even though we just did it. We're going to have D major, which has 2 sharps, F sharp and C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. D minor, which has a B flat, D, E, F, G, A, B flat, C, D, and your E flat major. E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C, D, E flat. Now, let's just go right back up here to our D major because I have this written out for you. Let's just pretend that we ignored our sharp signs up here and we just played it without. So here's how, remember we're listening for the sound, so it sounds like do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And if we ignore our sharps, it's not going to sound like that. It would sound like do, re. That doesn't sound like do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So if I do remember my sharps, this is how it would sound. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And then that sounds nice again. So don't forget your key signatures and your sharps. I hope everyone is enjoying themselves on this beautiful Monday, and I hope to see you all soon. Bye.